on this channel before. Jesse Quill, thank you very much for that host. I hope that means I'm live. Twitch is always late to let me know about these things. So yeah, I did the original Dark Souls, and basically my feeling is that if I couldn't get transcodes, that I was not going to do Dark Souls 2 on Twitch. And the reason for this is that I can play... Hello, T. Clark. How are you doing tonight? My reasoning for this was I can play this game in 60 frames. It was optimized to do so. And I was getting very tired of making games look worse than they were, because Twitch didn't see fit to give me the bandwidth that I needed. And so I streamed this on YouTube for a while. Now, hello, Chaotic Tabris. It still says that I'm not online, but Rambler's auto-hosting me, Jesse Quill's hosted me, so I don't quite know what's going on, but I think as long as you guys can hear me, if somebody can give me a confirmation that, hello, Jesse Quill, that I am actually audible, I will give the lovely Miss Jesse Quill her shout-out, and then I guess we will get back into this game. Chaotic Tabris, thank you very much for that host as well. That's actually a very healthy number of... Okay, excellent. It's a very healthy number of viewers. Were you just streaming tonight? Anyways, guys, Jesse Quill is actually one of the reasons why we're watching this tonight. In fact, Johnny Big Time also had been putting some pressure on me to do Dark Souls 2 again, but Jess was actually here for when I was doing this on YouTube, so we are actually partway through the game. It's been a really long time since I've played it, though, so I'm going to have to take a little while to remind myself what the controls are, and then I think I had some souls dropped, which I should probably try and pick up if I can. But not to be outdone, as usual, let me give you a shout out about this lovely woman. Jesse Quill is a variety caster on Twitch, and really one of the ones who can do... what were you playing tonight, Chaotic Tabras? Really one of the people who I think can cast anything if she wants. She's done everything from creative, baking streams, purling, designing cards for her followers. She's done BioShock extremely well. She's done more casual games. And we actually had a conversation in terms of the types of games that she can play on stream. And it's kind of funny because there are some games that she says that she doesn't think she can cast. And yet, I mean it when I say that I really think she can do anything. I think she's demonstrated her success on this platform. And part of the reason behind that is her empathy and her understanding of what goes into a good show. She will always have her personality shining through the cast. It's actually one of my favorite things about watching a Jesse Quill cast, is that it is always going to sort of bear this mark of her personality. It's always going to be a reflection of herself. And yet, whether somebody comes in and they're having a bad day and she, gives them a sympathetic ear to listen to, or she decides to go for a funnier route, or, she just sits down and celebrates the game that she's playing. She's never failed to give every game that she's played the right respect. She is genuinely one of those people who cares about the developers. It's easy for people to say that, but she is definitely somebody who's very focused on how a game looks, what is fun for an audience, what's fun for her. Just overall, I think the sort of person you could sit down and study and just become a better caster by watching her. So, anyways, guys. Oh yeah, I don't have a GOG command. I only have a exclamation mark game, and I don't actually have it already. Anyways, Chaotic Tabris is playing XCOM 2. That's a magnificent game. Oh, that's excellent, Chaotic Tabris. So I mean, Jess did shout out the GOG link. If you do exclamation mark game, it will give it'll give actually a link directly to Shadowrun Hong Kong. But of course, the better deal at the moment is on Steam. So I certainly understand if you don't want to, if you want to save yourself a little bit of money and get it there. I think the important thing is that you play that game and that you enjoy it. And it really means a lot to me that you're that you're picking up the game because of the playthrough. All right, I spelt Miltiades wrong, by the way. Bloggin' thank you very much for that auto host. Alright, so we're at Huntsman's Copse. Now, I have some souls, so it may be that I'm not... Well, I'm also not by a bonfire, though, so I might still be looking for... my souls. So who here has seen Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin? It's actually going to take me a little... Okay, so I've got a block, parry, dodging, you know what? I think I'm going to have to wing it on the other ones, because I don't want to blow an Estus when I'm not near a bonfire to recharge it. God, it has been a really long time since I've played this. Obviously, I've been kicking ass around here, but... Oh, we're gonna be finishing this one, Teak. So I'm not allowing myself to even think about buying Dark Souls 3 until I beat this. Okay, I remember this area quite well. It's locked. It looks like it actually took quite a bit of effort for me to get there, because all of my heals are used up and I don't have... I don't have much Estus left. But let's see what we can do with our current state of affairs. It's actually kind of fun to play this way, because even though I've got like a reasonably strong character and such, it's a little bit like playing this for the first time, like the very first level, just because everything's so unfamiliar. Quagmire, eh? Oh, that's right. There's probably a boss behind here. Alright, you know what, guys? We're gonna find out what the boss is like. Ooh. Okay, so this guy's a weakling. Now seems like a good time to learn whether or not... Or actually, I've got a little bit more I can do for Estus. Whoa! Okay, that's my Estus button. Found out a little too late. Alright, well this poses a challenge. Get wrecked, son! Right. I am done for. God take these guys out of play. I'm fucked. Yeah. Okay. Well, welcome to Dark Souls, chat. I don't remember encountering those bosses before. They seem somewhat straightforward, although I let the mob kind of get to me. So, I'm all good for Estus and such. I think we'll just do we'll do the path again. And a lot of this is actually coming back to me right now. So I may not be as active with chat as I like to be. The way I've kind of built this guy is just to do as much sort of poise damage as I can to try and be as tough as possible. I originally wanted to do two-handed and a lot of dodging, but dodging was not working at all for me. So what I might want to be trying... Alright, I can't remember if I can sneak up on this guy or not. No, I cannot. But yeah, I wanted to do a lot of poise damage. I wanted to try and hit like a truck where I could, and just sort of take advantage of heavy hits and sort of the option to back out, but not. Oh, I thought that was a backstab. You know, to be able to do my something like that, basically. Basically, have the option to dodge out. Like my roll isn't so bad, but to be basically to make sure that sort of the damage I'm doing when I hit counts for something. If I can take down a bit of trash like that in one shot, that's the ideal. Poise damage, excellent question, Jesse Quill. So in this game, at least in the original Dark Souls, there was a stat known as poise. It was basically the amount of damage that you could take until you were staggered. So you'll notice that, Mr. Franz, thank you very much for that host. You'll notice that I have my stamina, and that's going to, determine how many times I can swing my sword and such. But in addition to that, I'm going to have sort of this hidden stat in terms of how many hits I can take before I kind of get knocked back. And so if you can do poise damage, it means that you sort of get some free hits on the enemy. Alright, looks like I got some nasty stuff coming for me. Alright, I think I'm going to get some experience going after... skeletons! Need to remember to smack people with my shield too. I need to get better at parrying. That's not a parry. Ah, damn it. I didn't want to use the Estus. Oh well. Ah, crap, I'm gonna get cursed. So those, kind of those, urns, they're gonna do what's called curse. Now, if you're in human mode, it turns you from human to undead. That is a bad thing. I think it also will reduce your maximum health if you're undead. I don't remember the mechanic as well as I used to. But, yes, very similar to those stats, Jesse Quell, although I don't believe those had sort of the equivalent staggering effect. I'll try and see if I can show you a staggered enemy. It just happens so quickly and... It happens so quickly in Dark Souls that it's sort of hard to to identify. Maybe I should consider going two-handed. So I'm gonna get my souls first. If you die and you haven't picked up your souls, then you lose them forever. Oh, damn it. Alright, I just took an unnecessary amount of damage there. I think the right call here is just try and do as much as I can. Yikes. So you notice here he was sort of mid-strike, and he didn't have a reply. Alright, I gotta find a place to heal up. I think I'm gonna deal with these ads before I go any further. My god, there's a lot of you. Go cast your fancy magic somewhere else. Okay, we're gonna go two-handed on this because I'm a fucking badass. Take the chance to heal up. One of the things that you want to do when you're playing a game like this is if you notice that there's going to be a bit of a pause after an attack, you can use that to heal up. Alright, so there's something still coming for me. I'm going to shield up here because I have a feeling it's going to be those wheeled skeletons again. Yeah, there's one of them. Those things will cause you absolute misery if you get caught in them. This might actually kill me. GG. Alright, sorry I was ignoring you there, chat. Had a boss fight. I don't believe that was the boss that I found the last time, though. I'll admit that I know I died the first time, and I definitely made some mistakes, but that didn't feel like a particularly difficult boss fight. But yeah, so maybe it's worth talking about why I find this game so compelling. There's something about being faced with... You know, first of all, you have to face tough bosses. You have to sort of think on your feet. If you lose, you dust yourself off and you get better. Thank you, Jessica. You know, you basically keep trying and trying again. The game doesn't make itself any easier for you. You instead need to learn and adapt. But some of the general principles that I found, it's usually better to dodge if you can. Now, I'm not very good at dodging, and so one of the things that I do to compensate is I equip a shield that sort of absorbs 100% of the damage. Not all of the shields in this game do that. I also kind of want to go somewhere to safeguard my souls. I have a homeward bone, right? Yes. So if things get frightening, I can always head back. Message head. I don't know, chat, should we believe it and jump? Yeah, so that's one thing I really like about this game, is it's put a lot of thought into how difficult it can make things. But it's not made it so challenging. Oh, well, I think I'm committed to this now. Harvest Valley.
Are you a traveller? I'm Chloanne, an ore stone trader. I travel about collecting rare stones, which I sell to make my living. I never planned to visit this god's forsaken place. But I don't know. I just sort of ended up here. I must have just wandered in. But now that I'm here, I've been scouting around for rare bits. Oh, don't look at me like that.
I'm sorry, it's just that it's very low cut. Hey, Johnny Big Time.
Certain stones are used in smithing. Oh, now your ears prick up. Have extras if you can pay. This is my trade, after all.
So guys, I have to give a very special shout out to Johnny Big Time. One of the reasons I'm playing this game right now. If you want to have a good Dark Souls streamer, you want to watch Johnny Big Time. He is phenomenal. I tremendously enjoy watching him play these games. He played Dark Souls 1, and I can remember when he got to Gwyn, his response after finishing him, it was like, that's it? He's quite good at the games, even though he won't admit it sometimes. He's a lot of fun to hang around with. He's a lot of fun to to watch. I definitely recommend that you follow him. I think between him and Jesse Quill, I've got two of my favorite streamers here. And Johnny Big Time in particular didn't get to see me play Dark Souls 1. He's known of my great love of this series, and he gets to see me play Dark Souls 2 blind. Unfortunately, it means that I'm now, this also means that I've wound up transferred off into some region which I didn't want to go to. I'm pretty sure I had another boss that I needed to deal with. And I'm low on homeward bones, so I don't really want to waste them, but I also don't want to lose my 30,000 souls. So anyways, we need to get on with it, because this is, of course, I didn't mention this in the title, but this is intended for people who are alone on Thanksgiving or otherwise looking for some entertainment, and I figured Dark Souls might be a fun way of doing that. And how are you doing, Salvage?
I came here in search of rare stones, but the place is nothing like I was told. All this poison, you can't get very far inside. Don't just go haplessly wandering about.
Well, I have to. The ladder's broken.
These stones may look all the same, but to the trained eye, each is unique. Some of them are used to smith weapons and armor, and some unique stones provide special benefits.
Tell me more about these special benefits.
Some of them are extremely rare and should be used with great thrift. None of the differences are easily spotted, but I've learned quite a lot, really. Drang Lake.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the challenge with Dark Souls 2 is there's a little bit more swearing than normal.
It's funny. I can't seem to remember.
It's a little bit like riding a bike, though, actually. It seems,
I've searched every nook and
it seems,
cranny. I suppose it's
I seem to remember it a lot better after
perhaps we'll
after
meet
doing a
again,
boss fight.
if we live that long. I've searched perhaps.
So what does this give me? Burn in a bonfire to strengthen nearby foes or reinforce equipment. Soul Appease, which I don't have the stats for, and Hex. Okay.
I suppose it's about time I moved shop.
Yes, it is. Alright, I'll try that ladder once again. I'm highly disturbed at the number of pools of blood here. Bound to be something terrible that comes after us. Maybe it's just like an invasion place or something? Oh, hey. Let's go back to Majula. Near the end of the main for Pokemon Moon, I take it.
Is that a shard? Here, let me see it, so that I may help you. To see light, to see hope, however faint it might be. Inside the ruins. An ancient being that will mock your very existence. She imparts sound wisdom, provided you find her on a good day.
So here's a question for you guys. I've never played Pokemon. What would be the best one to start with? So Jess, you may notice here there's the poise stat that I was talking about. I need to remember a little bit how his stats worked in this. So I believe strength is... So strength is particularly good for me because it will it'll increase my HP alongside my weapon. Endurance is good for HP and stamina. And poise. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go for strength on this one because it's been a while since I Oh, that's insane, Johnny Big Time. Yeah, I wouldn't... I think I would just do that for my, my own interest. Alright, I think I'm okay with that. I still have a number of souls I wouldn't want to lose, but... Let's go back to... It was Huntsman's Copse we were at, right? Personally, if you wanted to play only one generation, do you recommend Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald, 3rd generation? Okay. Or Soul Silver? Fire, Red, such recent... God, there's a lot of recommendations here. Alright. Let's see if I can... Okay, this is starting to look a little familiar. So the real question here is if I can find... There was another boss... It was like one of the last things we did on the YouTube series, which was... There's another boss in this area, like a guy on a chariot. Oops, I'm an idiot. I'm double idiot. If If I can find him, I'll consider this area sort of dealt with. God damn it. Now, if memory serves, there was a gentleman with a whip that we needed to deal with to get to that other boss. Where did he go? As much as I like feeling like a badass for parrying them, I made this guy for heavy hits, so... I can't believe I haven't triggered them. System says no! So back to talking about some of the things I like about the Dark Souls series and what brought me back to it. Onryo-san, currently playing this game, so you're here because you like to be near others sharing your faith. What are you talking about? I'm kicking ass on this. You must be talking about some other streamer. I don't believe this is the way to the spot I wanted to go, but I'm feeling confident. So let's go exploring, chat. Alright, somebody has poison. I always hate it when they get a little chip damage in, because it's not that I fear the individual enemy. It's the fact that I have a little less health, and so I wind up, you know, wasting one of my my miracles or something like that. I don't really remember this area. Merciless Rowena. That doesn't sound like a player character. Bring it, game. Alright. And this is why we have high poise damage. Oh no, you don't. Ow. Alright. Let's just take the opportunity to build up our stamina again. Obviously, if that was a player character, I would have had my ass handed to me. I have not played Dark Souls 3. I'm very specifically... I don't even own it yet, specifically because I want to complete Dark Souls 2 before I go into it. Bremenbina. Very happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Thank you for letting me borrow your daughter virtually for the holiday. For those of you who don't know, Bremenbina is Jesse Quill's in real life mom, and is actually a very, very loyal viewer of this channel, it turns out. Why, I don't know, because the language is frightful. She's a forgiving individual. Oh, hi. Now seems like a good time to use one of these miracles. I'm almost certain this is the same spot that I was in earlier. So again, there's the what happened there? That's an example of the poise mechanic at work, where I was able to knock the skeleton back. Although he seemed to get the drop on me somehow. I'm going the wrong way. Alright, that's weird. I'm sure I just got turned around, but... Watch, I'm gonna fall this guy off a cliff or something like that. Sorry guys, I haven't quite worked out commentary for Dark Souls yet, so this is probably going to involve a lot of me just thinking out loud while I play the game. Naturally, if you have any questions, comments, keep them to yourself. No, I'm very happy. What kind of weapons do I fancy in these games? Two-handed sword guy. Yeah, actually, I tried to start this playthrough as a two-handed sword, but remember, you'll probably remember when you started Dark Souls 2 how crappy the dodges seem to be. It took me a while to realize the trick to getting dodges better. Oh my god, I suck. So what I opted for here was something with a lot of, basically something that's scaled by strength, something that would do a high amount of sort of poise damage, and basically something that I could two-hand if I had the option. But in this case, I'm kind of going back to my World of Warcraft tank days, where I'm just sort of sword and boarding it. Yeah, I mean, the big part for me about Dark Souls is the process of discovery, but I really don't think the new mechanic is explained very well, so... Oops. I always think I need 2 hits on those guys. So I felt like when it's a quality of life thing, I'm okay, you know, making a comment. I'm pretty sure this is just the boss fight again. Yeah. Well, this was a nice little red herring. But so far as like bosses and stuff like that, or like backseating or anything along those lines, absolutely haram. Yeah, there's the bridge again. I think I roughly know where I need to go. Although I know Dark Souls 3 is a much better looking game, but I really like the improvements that they did in Dark Souls 2. I'm very happy to. I made a big mistake. I'd rather not waste health on honing these noobs. Oh god. Nice hat. Alright, well, I'm kind of committed to it now. Yeah, so it's, I don't know, it's a tricky one, right? Because people, I know it's kind of frustrating when you know something to watch somebody do poorly. But it's always, like, I've never felt a stream has been improved because a streamer was doing it faster. Like, I'm not somebody who watches speedruns. And I'm assuming that if I were to be a speedrunner, I'd probably appreciate not getting the tips. If I'm a speedrunner, I've probably figured it out on my own. Now, I mean, actually, Jess is a really good example of somebody who is not bothered at all by backseat, or at least doesn't let on that she's bothered by backseating, I should say. I don't necessarily know the contents of her head. But I also really love the backstabs in Dark Souls 2. There's got to be a way that I can find a key for that. But especially for a game like Dark Souls 2, I mean, I get what the implicit claim is being... What the implicit claim is like, you know, I'm just so good at this game, I can tell you how to win with but a mere chat message or something like that, but... Just ask if it's blind so you know whether or not you're free to discuss the game. Yeah, I mean, and this is the big thing too, like, obviously there is a certain level of... there's a bit of give and take on this stuff. Like, if people enjoy discussing the game, then... You know, it's to these streamers' detriment if they cut off all conversation. But on the other hand, too, like, as is usually the case on this stuff, spoiler-wise, I kind of trust people not to be idiots. Like, it's sort of hard to be having a conversation is like, oh, oops, I just said who Kaiser Soze was in the Usual Suspects. Like, you know, and I also think there's a statute of limitations. Like, if you... That's the spot I was looking for. Ow. I am pooped. But yeah, like, you know, mistakes happen, right? And you judge on a case-by-case basis. I'm not entirely sure, oh, you should use the electric spear because the boss is weak to that, really counts as discussing the game. It's like, okay, thanks, you know, I've now had this wonderful experience of overcoming the boss on my own, turned into chat, you know, held my hand throughout. And it's just like, the big thing for me is that only recently have I been given the opportunity to do these... Ooh, I forgot, this guy can do a grab. Ow. So that's another example of poise damage. Alright. I'm starting to remember how to handle these guys. Do a dropping attack! Oh, you idiot! Oh god, there's two. Okay, I gotta get some Estus in me. Okay, I get a little bit of a break. Oh god. So yeah, it's just a matter of remembering the patterns. When he does... So the trick with those guys, what they expect is that you're going to run in after that first attack, and then you're going to get hit by the second round, but they're pretty helpless after that. You think the best way to prevent spoiling backseating is such as only discuss what has been shown on the screen so far? Yeah, I mean, I try to be as open as I can on it. I mean, again, like, the big thing is that people have kind of this very rules-based sense of, you know, of justice, for lack of a better term. Like, the idea is that if it isn't expressly forbidden in the rules, then it's okay. It's like, oh, I didn't know, you know, you weren't allowed to talk about the fact that the boss is weak to lightning. And it's like, well, you know what? And it's an 18+ stream, you know, you're old enough to know what acceptable dialogue is. And, you know, there's a judgment call that gets made. Sometimes people are going to be wrong, but, I mean, this is not a democracy. Like, if, you know, if the streamer feels like you did something that ruined the experience, then you pay for it. And I don't find anything wrong with that, because in the end, if the streamer's being unreasonable, people will stop watching the channel. Whereas if, like, I think what it comes down to is the matter of, hey, what are you doing down there? Are you gonna climb up and try to kill me? You are. How'd that work out for you, my friend? There's another one. How irresponsible. Undead Purgatory. Oh yeah, this is the boss I was thinking of. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, basically, if the streamer's being unreasonable, then people are going to stop watching. But if the streamer's spending all the time thinking about, is like, what is the perfect, you know, code of conduct to make sure that nobody ever does something bad in my stream, that's time that they're not thinking about a game. That's time that they're not thinking about entertaining people, and it's giving entirely too much attention to the people who really aren't adding anything to the stream. So, you know, yeah, there have been times where I've misdiagnosed people's behavior. And I've paid for it. I've also come out and said sorry for it. And then, of course, what happens? Well, they start kind of trying to double down on the offended card. And they, you know, it turns out that I didn't really miss that much. Having them, you know, not having them in the channel anyway. But I just think in the end, like, I know everybody wants to grow the channel, but I think there's a certain point where you say, it's like, is it easier for me to sit down and treat everybody like adults, and then I just deal with the idiots as they come up? Or do I need to treat my channel like it's full of children, and, you know, and just try and come up with a rule for everything? So. Well, this'll end well. Come at me, bro. Alright, well, I sort of know what I'm up against. I just don't know how to deal with it. You're kidding me. Get wrecked. Oh, there's a necromancer. This thing's gonna be coming around the corner in a minute! Kill him, please, please! Okay, so I'm not too scared of the, I'm not too scared of the skeletons. But this is a fun little example of a boss where it's like, okay, I sort of get what I need to do, but I genuinely am confused about how I'm supposed to damage him. What the hell just happened there? Alright, the question is, do I use my Estus? I gotta have... Oh, god damn you! I'm dead. Yeah. And my souls are deep in there. Okay. All right, what was it? Giant says, people have to tell me exactly what you need to do to play Dark Souls games. This is why you're looking forward to playing the next DLC on release day. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever play anything on release day. Even, like, this year, I couldn't do Civilization on release day just because, I ordered the physical copy. And I'll be honest with you, as much as I like Civilization, the loot was not really worth it. Alright, so I still have no idea how I'm going to deal with Chariot McKillson, but... But I do know that I'm not going to waste as much Estus on these S&M experts. The only problem is that they do a lot of stamina damage. Or not... Oh god damn it! You gotta be kidding me. Alright, I think I gotta get rid of this guy. Yeah, getting taking that on your shield is not the way to go. Hello, Rogusagi. Yeah, I mean, I just like to think that Canada is perpetually playing the hipster card. Like, you know, we're into Thanksgiving before it's cool. We have beards, we dress in flannel, like, it's a hipster country. Oh, god damn it. This was a mistake. Why am I so dumb? Okay, well, so much for not using up my Estus on these guys. Oh, absolutely, Johnny P. I mean, a lot of it, this is one of the things that I love the most about Dark Souls, is if you disrespect the enemies, the game will punish you for it. Oh my god, I triggered 2 again! I really don't want to lose my, my souls, too. Christ almighty. Oh, god damn it! Alright. Let's see if I can two-hand my way through this. What do you like most about Canada, Jesse Cole? Oh yeah, that was Less than wise of me. And I don't remember how to unpoison myself. It's fine, I'll just power through it like a champ. Oh, hang on, this is the way back. Alright. We'll just give this one a do-over, how about? Which men are you guys talking about? Canadian ladies? I don't know, I've never seen one. Canadian ladies with beards and flannel? Wham! Oh god. I almost had that down. I think I'm gonna risk it. And I'm gonna let myself take a little more damage before I use my miracle. How do I feel about American women? Isn't there a song about that? Against my better judgment, I am actually slowly becoming a little more anti-American, but individuals I'm very happy with. You're kidding me! Okay, let's see if I can do better that next round. And this time I'm not going to let the other guy get triggered. Now that was definitely a very lukewarm answer. I am very fond of a certain American woman. Does she count as an American though? What about German American women? I think those are the best ones. You have the history of liberty and mom and apple pie combined with the grand history of the noble German people. Alright, now we can wail on this guy. Get wrecked, son! Johnny Big Time, thank you very much for that host, my friend. I'm way better than that other guy you were. I actually don't know who you were hosting. Ash Caliber, haven't been here for a while. How are you doing? I remember your name, I just can't remember where you came in. Oh, and thank you very much for that host. I will admit, I mean, it's the one thing I do find kind of funny about the conversation of what kind of nationality of women do you like. I've always found it a slightly strange one, just because it's like, are all German women the same? Are all American women the same? I mean, I suppose when it comes to accents, I mean, I'm sure people would say, oh, I really love British. Well, in this case, you know, I love British men. I'm assuming what they mean is they like the accent. I don't know if there's anything inherent in the British character that make them sensitive lovers or what have you. See, this is the big secret. I was giving them way too much respect. I just need to wail on them on my sword and everything's good. And I'm actually okay on my Estus, so. Oh, cool. So yeah, you get to see me. You get to see me return to Dark Souls 2. We did this on YouTube for a while, but now that I've got transcodes, I can afford to do this at full resolution and 60 frames a second, and so that's what we're doing. Okay, let's find a hidey hole. No room. I said no room! No room! There it is. I'm screwed. I think I'm just gonna hold here for another round. Alright, so I think what I'm just gonna do is see what comes to the end of this thing. The part that I'm not at all clear on is how I actually take this guy out. I mean, I might just need to time it so that I whack him when he's passing by. Oh my god, I'm taking so much damage. You again? Okay, I need to Estus up. Okay. So that means there's another spellcaster in the area. Oh, for God's sake. Run! I think I need to pick up some items. Nothing like a little window shopping when there's an executioner coming after you. Bet my stamina can hold out longer than you. Oh my god, how did he do that? Drink up, the world's about to end. You use my stern voice to make the guy stop. Good music. Oh, it's a big circle. Crap. I need to find a hiding spot. Ah! You know what? I think that was highly preferable to just falling to my death. Okay, so the die is cast. I suppose I have things like fire bombs. But it would be very strange for, Okay, well, you know what? Let's just start with that. You idiot! Alright, we're gonna use a regular heal on this. Hello, Ash Caliber. I am living in interesting times. Alright, seems like I just can't get a break on this. So there's definitely a pattern to his movement. I think he alternates sides, but it's not... Okay, I gotta get on the other side. It's the attack that's tricky to me now. I am on the wrong damn side. Well, I guess it worked. Oh, sorry to hear that, Chaotic Tabris. I mean, maybe I just face him down. I can afford to do that once. No, that is not the strategy. I think he's gonna wreck me here. Yep. So I gotta be careful what side I'm on. Nice reaction time there, my friend. You know, the other thing I can try and do is, like, dodge it. But it's not clear how I do the damage. Come back here, you son of a bitch! Good God almighty. So I don't have any ranged weapons I can do stuff with. Okay, you know what? As long as I know the side that he's coming on, I'm gonna be okay. But it's not clear how I damage him, though. Are you sure, Jessica? I thought you played a little Bloodborne. Well, I don't think this is worth spending a life gem on. So this is clearly not working. Okay, cleaning out the trash on that's not a hard time. How I hit him when he comes around the corner is a bit of a puzzler. All I need to do is remember Ornstein and Smaug. So when I played Dark Souls 1, oh yeah, I forgot the Le Grand Homme is that's okay. Get it out of your system. Oh my God. I think I'm going the wrong way. So like in Ornstein and Smough, I had a big, heavy guy. It was really hard to fight Smough in that outfit. I think I gotta get my shield up for the other guy. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try something a little different here. I'm actually gonna lure him over the bridge so I don't have to worry about the second. Oh, he's clever. Oh, you gotta do it, Ashcalibur. It's hard, but I was gonna say, if you can do it without consulting walkthroughs... So, like, I'm gonna work hard on this Executioner's Chariot. It's gonna suck, and it's gonna be a really obvious answer in the end. But the feeling of reward for actually getting through it, there's nothing like it. It's the entire... it's the heart and soul of the experience, in my view. I should have hit him with all four. Okay. So what I actually need to do, because I went for this high poise damage build, I just need to get him caught, and I can actually knock him down with 4 attacks. It's all good, Johnny. How long did it take you to figure this one out? I got a lot riding on this. I know you're gonna be judging me. You pull out your sniper rifle and get 3 headshots on. I am gonna see if I have ranged weapons that I can use on him. Ah, fair enough. I mean, if I get it's too boring, I'm kind of... This is an offcast anyway, so I'm not too worried about being like my normal self on this. Oh, god. And I don't have enough stamina to smack him down some more, so let's just hold back. I don't think I'm brave enough to use my miracle. But yeah, I think like the known quantity here is that it's Dark Souls, so I'm going to be taking my time on it. But oh, my phone's telling me I need to go to bed. That's not happening. Yeah, Unreal-san, that's one of the things that I worry about when I mod for Jessie Quill, because she's usually better at playing good games a little bit faster than me. Please wreck these fools. Thank you. No bueno. Please just get the souls. That's all I want. Sorry, that's my safe space. Kill him! I should be taking out the spellcaster. I'm just wasting my time doing this. Where is he? I'm gonna get hit by the charioteer in a second. Where is he? There you are. Alright, I believe... Oh, nope, I am not left with that. What the hell? I'm gonna die. This is probably wasteful, but... Oh, you know what? I said I was gonna potentially load some melee weapon, or some ranged weapons. How'd that work out for me? Alright, that's really interesting to see him jump over like that. Okay, I'm noticing that he's hitting some of these edges here. I'm wondering if there's a way I can knock something in his path. Oh, there's a... Okay, there's a trigger. Haha, you son of a bitch! Oh, alright then. Hi. Le cheval, angry. It's fine, I got Estus. Not that much Estus. Ooh, be careful. I'm screwed! Don't blow it now, Chalk. GG. And that is why you don't go through walkthroughs. It's actually a cool little fight. Hey, chat. What else do I have? Oh yeah, I remember BMing a guy with this when he invaded me. Milady? LNG? Pure luck required head, but shy defeat. Maybe I should spend my souls, huh? By the way, guys, when I was here last, I forgot to mention one of the things that I love the most about Dark Souls 2. This. So yeah, there's so many things about this game that I think really work for me. It's very beautifully designed in every respect. The characters look interesting. Hey, Boroda. For those of you not familiar from the Dark Souls 1 playthrough, we've got Solaire, whose line is about the sun. Praise the sun. The sun is so grossly incandescent. Welcome. But yeah, so for those of you who don't know, there's basically, so in this game you can be invaded by other players, and generally what happens is you'll be somebody like me who's really only playing for the single player experience, and you'll be invaded by somebody who is entirely overgeared and like just generally trying to ruin your day. But I do occasionally take these guys down, and I'm definitely sure to rub it in their face with the gestures. Actually, I guess I don't really have anything. This would be probably the worst that I could do.
Bearer of the curse.
But yeah, the
Seek souls.
monsters in this are just incredible.
That is the only way. Lest this land swallow you whole.
I don't even know,
As
the
it has so many
story doesn't always quite grip me, but I think just all of the little pieces together, the atmosphere, the design of everything, the fact that you really don't know what's coming next, and it always seems to outdo itself in terms of what it throws at you, just makes it a really special game. I really can't think of anything quite like it. I really don't know what else to do with my souls. There's got to be a point of diminishing returns. So I gain 2, 3. I could definitely use some more stamina. So endurance. It's really interesting. Actually, one thing I like about how they sort of dealt with the fact that there was really only one dominant. I'm sorry, I am going to cheat a little bit, guys. I am actually going to find out where the diminishing returns hit on stats. It's just to save me, like, running through everything. Oh, wow. It's very low. This is actually not... Okay, screw it. I'm putting it all in strength. I'll figure out the caps later. 40? I'm okay throwing it into strength right now. It's pretty clear this is what I'm going to be doing for my weapon. I can't remember. I should be able to find out on stats Does it not tell you the scale? Yes, it does. A scaling on strength. So I suppose once I hit diminishing returns on strength, I can put a little into dex. It might make some sense to put some stuff into stamina, because I definitely sort of got caught out by like just not mobs as in monsters, but mobs as in mobs of people. I don't know though. I think I've managed to get by. While we're here, 40 soft cap for dex and strength. Okay, cool. Thanks. That gives me some flexibility. This is the sort of stuff where I'm like, you know, I don't necessarily like looking at I don't necessarily like looking at like a walkthrough for finding out a boss or something like that. That's sort of ruining the experience. But when it comes to quality of life stuff, like, okay, rather than, you know, fiddling around with stats the whole time to, you know, to figure out where the hard and soft caps are, I figure why not take the advantage of those who have come before you. Yeah, that's a good point. I keep forgetting that you're not locked in like in the first one. It has been a really long time since I played this. By the way, guys, I think this is a really wonderful feature. What number is that even? 169,485,954 deaths? Yeah, that has to be it. Oh, your devotion to your covenant has deepened and you've gained a rank.
I will always be here, watching over you. Did you notice any letters on the ground on the way here? These are messages that have jumped the fissures between worlds. In Drang Lake, the flow of time is convoluted. Things shift and waver, twist and turn.
Congratulations on making it through Thanksgiving, Ashcalibur.
Dreams, the messages convey our very inner thoughts. If your will to soldier on falters, try leaving a message. Somebody out there is sure to listen. May you find peace on your journey.
I don't think there's anything new for me to hear dialogue-wise, but it's probably not bad to just go and regain my bearings before I go on my next adventure. At least half of those deaths are your... I mean, T. Clark, you're seeing the goods right here. I'm not really that much better than you, I think.
Oh, I'd given you up for dead. Almost had me worried, really.
So I need Twinkling Titanite to upgrade this. Ooh. I don't know if I want to give up Twinkling Titanite on these. I think I'm gonna hold on to this for now.
You'll need souls to repair and improve equipment. I know only of smithing. The souls have many other uses as well. Don't waste your souls on useless trinkets. Think before you spend.
Don't worry, I always hoard my souls so I can lose them to bosses.
Finally came home. Just as oblivious as she's always been. Well, at least now I can keep an eye on her.
Oh yeah? Where is she right now?
Stones? Try asking my daughter. You might be surprised. Drat. You're worse than my reckless daughter. Don't spend your whole life in transit, you hear?
What are you, my dad?
You need souls to don't waste them. I'll be around if you make it back.
I feel like if I'm gonna talk with this milady, I need to wear a proper fedora. There we go. Now appropriately attired. milady. Alright, have a good night, Ash Caliber. Sorry we didn't have as much gameplay for you. We will be returning to Dark Souls, though. I got a couple things... that I've got on the go. But I definitely want to finish this off because it means I will be I'll be picking up Dark Souls 3.
Oh, fancy meeting you here.
Let's get the appropriate angle, chat.
Speak up if you need anything at all, alright? These stones may look all the same, but to the trained eye, each is unique. Some of them are used to smith weapons and armor, and some unique stones provide special benefits.
Again, please tell me about the special benefits.
Some of them are extremely rare and should be used with great thrift.
So for those of you curious about the ghosts coming out in the background, all of these are other players in the game right now.
Quite a lot, really.
All the messages are left by other players, and it's sort of neat. So I've heard a rumor, I don't know how true it is, but apparently
Suit yourself.
the designer had read a fantasy novel when he was, I mean, English isn't his first language. And the story was, you know, just because of comprehension, the story was supposed to be very mysterious and fragmented, and so apparently, again, I don't know if this is true, but that apparently is why some of this is, why the game doesn't really hold your hand story or objective-wise.
We call this place Medulla. Not too special if you ask me. It's just the place where everyone seems to end up. Everyone's so stingy around here.
It's because your gear
Everyone's
sucks.
so stingy everywhere. You're my only customer. Don't make me beg. Now buy something. Lonely times these are.
I also do like the fact that the NPCs sort of respond to whether or not you've bought something. I don't think this guy ever had anything for me.
Oh, hello again. Oh, by the gods, why the... Well, I do hope I see you again.
Yeah, it's tricky, Jess, because like it's one of these ones that's a perfect sort of urban legend, right? Where it's plausible enough that you can sort of see how it might be true. Come on, pigs, you and me. Oh no! Oh no! I can't hit them! What now, pig? Oh god, those are tough. You played through all these ideas, you had no idea what was going on the whole time. Well, you can get some of the story from looking at the item descriptions. But like, I think the best example, I don't know. Okay, so for those of you who want a pure playthrough of Dark Souls 1, you might want to mute the stream for like the next 2 minutes. But a good example would be Knight Artorias, and the fact that you need to be wearing the ring to get to the Four Kings. If you're not paying attention to all the dialogue, you're gonna have a really tough time with that. It took me forever to figure it out, and I think it was because I hadn't talked to the priest on the roof, and then I went back and saw him. That was the only reason why I eventually got it. But like I said, it's good. It's just like that Executioner's Chariot, right? Like, one great thing that it teaches you, and I think I talked a little bit about how I did this in fencing as well. My best strategy, when I was doing the best, was I was willing to give up a little bit of ground and wait for that moment that that my opponent would make a mistake. It was like, it's tough, right? When somebody's coming in as a direct threat to you, it's very hard to just keep your cool and focus on the strategy. And you notice in that one, it's like, okay, well, we're going to, we're going to try a few things. We're not going to lose our head. I mean, there's a couple times where I went just foolishly, like, charging the guy head on. But my best success was always, I would always be willing to give up a little bit of ground. Especially because when you get near the out of bounds area, that's usually when people try to do some heavy attacks to try and push you out. And I knew that would be coming. And then it would usually just be a parry riposte, or it would just be waiting for somebody to extend. And where I wouldn't necessarily have skill at some things, I would definitely be able to be quick enough to exploit an error or a mistake. And it's a very similar principle with Dark Souls. There's no insurmountable problems in the game. You just need to reflect on what's going on. Yes, there's a chariot barreling down on you. Yes, you need to make sure you're in a little hiding place when it comes by. But there's something in that level that's going to solve it for you. There's going to be some tell in the scenario, and once you get it, you feel really good. Yes, I engaged in fencing.
Did you see the flame on the map? It wasn't there when I came here before. I don't know what explains it.
I'm killing fools, yo.
But there is something greatly comforting about that flame. It seems to fulfill something very precious.
Johnny Big Time, not only have I done fencing, I have done...
essential.
I have actually done proper Western swordplay, so I have fought with a longsword as well.
I would not venture far into that hole. It was blocked by a wall, something built long ago. But it was crumbling, and I finished the job. Now a foul sound echoes within. Did you see the flame on the map?
Yeah, I heard that before.
It wasn't there when I came here before.
It's nerdy as hell, Johnny Big Time, but it's a fairly decent workout. Like, you need to put some some muscle behind that thing. The other thing too is that while you would think like a longsword horse, eh? You generally don't associate. So, like, a lot of people will think of something like, Eastern swordplay as being something very elegant and very, very beautiful to watch, and it is. Speaking of beautiful, I love the little shafts of light that they do here. But there is a certain elegance to Western swordplay as well, which I think is underappreciated. I think it comes down to the fact that movies tend to portray it as, two strong guys just beating the crap out of each other. But in the end, right, conserving energy, conserving movement is the way that you're going to achieve your ends. So.
Oh. Who are you again? No, I'm not serious. You do have a rather pleasant scent. The type I'm quite fond of.
Jessica, I don't know what universe you live in where I'm cool, but I sure do like that universe. All right.
Nothing suited you, I presume.
I think we're good to move on. I do have a little bit of a question. So one thing that I'm finding tricky here is there's a lot to do in this game. So I could head down here. And I don't recall if I think I did get this shifted over. Jesus Christ. I can't remember the author's first name is Fiore, and I believe his book translates to the Flower of Battle, but that was the main thing I read for Longsword Johnny, if you're interested. I feel like I should have a torch out. Yeah, I think this guy doesn't like me.
Leave me alone. I'm interested in one thing, dog. You haven't the gift.
Am I the Flower of Battle?
Leave
Hey,
me
bloody
alone.
snagglers.
I'm interested in one thing, dog. You haven't the gift.
Oh, we've already been here. Why not? I was checking my phone. I completely deserved that. I do want to get my souls back, though. Oh, body snagglers, sorry. Or booty. Just so I can distract people from my own events. If you want to see something really hilarious, you'll check my Twitter for that Johnny Big Time clip that I that I posted. I'm sure you'll all have a good time with that. Actually, I think for those of you who haven't followed him yet, he is really my favorite Dark Souls streamer. I don't say that because he's in the chat right now. You know, there are people who are excellent at the game. Ponce is a good example of this. But genuinely, I have the most... I mean, Johnny's quite good at Dark Souls. He won't tell you that he is. I've probably enjoyed Johnny's Dark Souls streams the most, and it's actually very difficult for me sometimes, simply because I know I want to play these games myself, so I exercise some restraint, like when he's on a boss battle, especially for Dark Souls 3, because I understand they go through different phases. I have to avert my eyes. But he's a really fantastic guy. If you guys aren't following him already, I would strongly recommend that you check out the clip that I brought up. So, love Dark Souls 2. It's your second favorite Souls franchise. Your first being Bloodborne. I mean, I don't have a PS4, unfortunately, so I'm forever condemned to wonder what Bloodborne is like. I started streaming this on YouTube a very long time back because that was what would allow me to stream it at 60 frames a second, which I think everybody can agree here definitely looks better. But I had a really long hiatus, so... and I mean, now I'm just kind of getting reacquainted with all the areas. But this is actually one thing that I've noticed about this one here, is there's a lot to do, and I haven't even come close to exploring all the areas, it feels like, so... Have I finished the Cathedral of Blue? I have to. I guess we were at... Let's go back to Harvest Valley. Or there was Undead Purgatory. Was there anything from Undead Purgatory that I could go to? Let's do Harvest Valley and... makes sense. Let's do Harvest Valley because it was the one that I moved on to next. I might have to go through some of my old videos and see which sections I've already been through. I've got, I actually have the Fallout, is that still rising? Well, I'm in trouble. Okay, so I definitely want to figure out how I'm going through this poison. That is one mean-looking dude over there. You know, Rugasagi, I'm okay with PvP in the sense of voluntary. I just think, especially in Dark Souls 1, they created too much of an incentive for people to behave somewhat swinishly. And I think, again, I think especially in a game like Dark Souls, you don't want to coddle people, but you, I think in the case there, in the name of trying to create a sense of kind of constant danger and, you know, an uncertainty, they maybe went a little too heavy on the difficult, a little too heavy on the, how do I put it? Giving an edge to more hostile players. Okay, this is gonna be... I'm gonna run and get that item. I don't think I'm gonna be able to... Oop, get up there, my friend. Okay, yep, that still works. Come on, you big baby. As you can see too, I have a very cautious kind of playstyle, so it doesn't suit me very well in PvP. Alright, let's piss off this hombre. Oh my god, I'm screwed. I definitely got way too greedy. And I will pay for it in Estus. Consensual PvP, Jesse Quill? Is that a euphemism for something? Sorry, Booty Snagglers, I'd prefer not. I did Dark Souls 1 without any kind of guides or walkthroughs. It was probably one of my favorite gaming experiences. I'm hooped. So I'd love to be able to do that with Dark Souls 2 as well. It does mean that I'm going to be really frustrating to some people for watching, but it's one of the drawbacks of playing a game on stream is that you don't always get the chance to have the full experience. What am I doing? I'm sure there's something in my inventory that's better with poison, but whatever it is, I don't have a lot of it. Oh yeah, and for those of you who like to get pissed off at people who hoard, look at all them souls, my friends! Well, I'm boned. I think I'm gonna leave these, or no, actually there was one more I can try and get, but answer is still the same, booty snagglers. It's even so, my view is this: if somebody has to ask, it's probably something that I would much rather find out on my own, even if like. Even if it's a way that I'm using my weapon inefficiently or something like that, I just generally prefer to learn this stuff through experience. One of the reasons for that is, as a streamer who doesn't have a cam, one of the things that I sort of rely on is my ability to sort of explain and think out my my approaches to things, my sort of my decision-making process, my experience of the game. And so even if it's like little tips or something like that for people, what it does is it sort of takes away from my ability to keep the stream going in terms of thoughts. And especially in Dark Souls, I tend to find that I get very tunnel visioned on the game, and I sort of have these extended silences, So it's not that I want to be, like, I know there's a certain type of streamer who, I don't know, has, let's say, some ego issues, and, I don't know, just for whatever reason needs to try and prove a point or something like that. It's certainly not that, but it's a little bit more in just kind of preserving something that people say they really like about the cast, and sort of carrying on in that vein. Hey, Ashirian, is it Ashirian Rimsaki? I think what I want to do is keep one of everything, and I'll just sell duplicates. Which is probably really dumb, but I like having options. Someone like you who enjoys watching the streamer figure things out, struggles and all, the whole tips, no tips thing can really make or break the viewing experience. I mean, it is in the end, it's about the kind of community that you want to build. Jess, yeah, I was talking about this earlier. With Jess, she genuinely is not bothered by just even outright backseating. And I mean, the thing that's really funny about it is like you can see the tone that some people use with her, which is very much the kind of, oh, you're a girl, you're never going to be able to figure this out, so here, let me help you out with that. It's really It's really annoying to me, to be perfectly honest, but the funny thing is that I wind up annoyed on her behalf. So like in the end, I sort of need to accept that, you know, if she's not bothered by it, you know, who am I to say otherwise, right? And she has built her stream as being a very open and a very, you know, very engaging kind of a place to be. And in this case, it works well for her because that means that she has a, you know, a bigger viewership. People have a good time there. And I sort of wish I had a way of sort of incorporating the advice portion for people. But in the end, it's always been very difficult for me to deal with backseating or even tips, because in the end, it really just puts this acid on my ability to you know, to explain the thought process. So. Booty Snagglers, for what it's worth, if you ever visit, I do recommend her stream quite a bit, but if you ever see me inside of her chat, I mod for her as well, and I tend to be really, really aggressive in my own self-promotion, so. Alright. I don't know if there's anything I can or want to buy. Ring of Giants is actually really tempting. So is Poison Moss, but it's really expensive. I'm gonna leave it. Sorry guys, I'm feeling really tired all of a sudden. I might have to wrap it up, but I kind of want to find a good spot to close it off at. Especially because there's some new people in the chat, and I've just been babbling the whole time. It feels, though, like this is going to be just a whole lot of poison and misery. Oh god, the greed is so real right now. Run for your life, my friend. Oh, nope, I'm gonna get poisoned. Ooh, just made it. I know, Johnny Big Time. And you can see that they knew exactly what they were doing there by bringing the skeletons up right when you grab them. And I'm gonna do a hit and run on this hombre. And then I'll get the loot. I have no idea how I'm gonna get that one in the far back though. Yeah, Booty Snagglers, she gets a lot of whispers. Some system chalk guy just keeps harassing her. I come from the times when harass used to be 2 words. Weakness, illusory wall. BAM! Aw. BAM! Aw. BAM! Aw. Asherian, this is just the base game. I haven't actually, this is my first time playing through it. I was doing this on YouTube once upon a time and sort of fell out of practice because I've got so many games underway. Hey, Frantic Whispers! Guys, speaking of streamers I like shouting out, Frantic Whisper is a guy who doesn't stream very often, but I'm convinced that if I can get enough people following him, he'll do it more regularly. He did a great Extra Life stream, and it's still open. If my recollection is correct of Extra Life, they actually keep the thing open basically until the end of the year, so you are able to support him. He's raising money for the Vancouver Children's Hospital, which is actually a place I have been to as a patient. And so in some small way, you are receiving the benefits of the good work that they do there. And more importantly, too, believe me, it sucks to have to go to a place like that as a kid. For me, it was, you know, what I had wasn't so serious compared to some of the other things. Son of a bitch! But yeah, he's, in addition to being an absolutely great guy on his own, I've had the great opportunity to meet him a few times at the Twitch Vancouver meetups. He is actually quite a good caster when he gets around to it. He also works in game development. And I had a question for you, Frantic Whisper. You were playing a Need for Speed game. It was the first one that was done on the Frostbite engine. And I do not remember its name, but I do notice that Origin has a sale on, and you might have won me over, my friend. Oh my god, I'm gonna get poisoned again. You fool. Alright, well, I might as well make the most of it. Need for Speed: The Run. All right. You like smaller streams because you love being involved. Small streamers tend to be more interactive and chess is less cancerous. I mean, I think in some ways, a streamer over time sort of gets the audience that they cultivate. So I think the one thing I can say for myself, and this is not necessarily a good feature of my stream, but I certainly don't pander. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Uh-oh. Whatever did to you? So I think there's a certain type, and I understand the pressure completely to, you know, accommodate every last request, kind of in the hopes of, you know, building up that audience. But in the end, what I tend to notice, like, especially for a lot of Crusader Kings 2 stuff, the type of people who will make demands are usually not the people who sort of create a sustainable audience. Like, they'll be there so long as you continue to kiss their ass, and as soon as they don't feel like a beautiful and unique snowflake, they'll ditch you. And I mean, you just can't build a stream that way. Like, there's no way that you're going to be able to give 10,000 people the individual attention that they receive, or that they want. So one of the things that's really nice is Jess is... I've kind of talked about her ability to interact with an audience on cast, and it's actually one of the reasons why she's the only moderator here, because I know that when I get a little bit of tunnel vision on a game, she's going to be able to pick up the slack and kind of keep the chat moving. And one thing that I'm very grateful for the people who follow the channel is that they're very friendly, they're very warm and opening. They're very tolerant of me, which I think is kind of a necessary condition to enjoying the stream. But yeah, it's absolutely tough, because I think there are some streamers who are actually very good at having a big audience and still making it feel like it's... Wait, what did this say? Making it feel like it's poison ahead, therefore be wary of rolling. It's gonna respawn everybody, but I prefer doing this. But yeah, they can still keep that sense of intimacy with. Oh no! Why? Why? That was the poison they were talking about. Yeah, they're very good. Even though it's a big chat, they're still able to kind of give that individual attention. And there are some streamers. I mean, I've had to evaluate streams for streaming teams. Oh god, this is Sophie's choice. You kidding me? And yeah, I was gonna say there's some small streamers who, even though there's only one person in the chat, it's just like listening to somebody giving you a radio play of their gaming experience. And I mean, to each their own, right? But I don't think, I just don't think there's any life behind that. So. You can only get Fire Mage's armor if your character's a ghoul. Oh, that's a girl. A ghoul. Sorry, guys. I think that's one of them Freudian slits they keep talking about. Let's go down the hole. I mean, I did say I kind of wanted to go to... Oh, this seems like a universally bad idea. So let's do it. This is terrible. It hurts. Oh, I bet if I go to the bonfire, though, the lizard men will come back. I have no idea what you're talking about, Rogusagi. Oh wait, I already went to the bonfire and I didn't get the lizards back. I'm a fool. Oh. Okay, I really don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, come on. Jesus, I'm bad at this game. This is really how I'm going to spend the last moments of Thanksgiving. Well, American Thanksgiving. Chasing down lizards. Sparta! Oh. Pro Dark Souls stream, guys. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, booty snagglers. I don't mind speaking in close to the microphone every once in a while. But okay, I really need to learn the movesets on these things. This is getting embarrassing. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna hit the lizard. But yeah, I don't know, like, so here's the sort of thing that I've seen before. You know, okay, I'm just gonna like run forward now, and I'm going, and I'm gonna do an attack. Oh, I missed. Okay, I'm gonna run after it again, and I missed again. I missed again. I missed again. Like, I can see what's happening on the screen. You don't need to give me the play-by-play. I mean, it's a very fine line, right? And sometimes if oh, Rogusagi, I never last long enough for Jesse Quill. You know, sometimes if I know I'm being a little bit boring, I just can get a little bit closer to the mic there, chat, and see if I can finally go and attack these little lizards here. Alright, we should at least be able to get one more. Nope, I suck. But yeah, I mean, it's, in this case, it's a little bit more like meta humor. I believe Jessica Quill also likes it when I use my southern accent. Why am I so bad? Oh my god. You know what? I think this is a complete waste of time to make you guys watch me do this. Let's just carry on. If I get to kill it, then so be it, but I'm not gonna go reset if I don't get this. There's no way I'm getting this. Yeah. What Jesse Quill is trying to say, son of a bitch! Me love you long time? Get out of there! Ouch. This is a absolutely beastly place to put this guy. Kill him. I really deserved that. Booty snagglers. I was gonna say, I think the voice is a running gag in this channel. I don't think it's oop. Hang on, did the level? Yeah, the level almost certainly changed. Alright, so where's my damn souls? Oh, hi. Good timing. Okay, am I losing my mind? This is completely different from where we were last time, right? Son of a bitch. Alright, I'm sufficiently impressed by you, sir. Get wrecked. This has gotta be filled with poison. Yep. I'll just let him take care of. You moron. Alright. Not ready to go to a new level. I want my souls. What just broke that? Going crazy. You know what? You can just deal with your life decisions, my friend. Okay, I really need to go to bed. I can't believe... you know what? Aha! What now, you son of... Oh, run. Oh my god. I hope you guys are having fun with this, because this is embarrassing. Well, at least I know where to get my souls. I didn't think this through very well. Alright, this is gonna get pretty uncomfortable in a minute. Reminds me of my weekend. Oh, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? I think I gotta pack it in after this. I know it was a short stream, but I'm losing my senses. I don't really want to burn an effigy yet, just because I have a feeling I have a few more dumb losses. By the way, I know this will sound like heresy. Which abomination? There we go. Oh, you know what? What I probably needed to do was direct him here to break open that wall. So like an idiot, I'm gonna respawn him. This is one of the, I've noticed on the note of the fairness in Dark Souls, they will always give you a little bit of a tip in terms of what you need to do. So for instance, this guy generated, he came to our awareness by the fact that he broke the wood barrier he was behind. So, you know, you could be forgiven for killing him and then noticing that there's the items here, but it's not like they haven't given you everything that you need to understand how to solve this puzzle. And it's the thing that I like the most about this game is that if you, or this series rather, you know, if you can't figure it out, too bad, right? They're not gonna handhold you through it. But if you're willing to sort of pay attention to your surroundings, you know, you will have a fairly straightforward solution to pretty much any problem you run into. Alright, well, I made a very poor life decision. Very poor. Very poor! I don't really know what I was supposed to do about that. So I'm gonna run and try and get my souls back, and then I'll deal with them one by one. There's another wood wall, so I guess one of their attacks is supposed to smash through it, but... I'm gonna go down like a man, Johnny. Get out of there. Alright, you know what? I will live with that. It's really great how they actually make one of the guys very deliberately block the way out too. This one is a little bit of a corpse run, but Ring of Binding, I don't think I do. Chloranthy Ring, Soldier, Steel Protection, Dark Quartz, Blood Bright, Blains, Stone Ring, Tearstone Ring, Covetous Serpent Ring, Blue Seal. Oh yeah, I could have equipped that instead. That's fine. I kind of hoard my effigies, so I'm okay blowing one on it. Poor life choices. Oh god, there's no way out. Astus. Well, this is a challenge. Funny thing is, I don't think I'm gonna die this way. Never mind. There's more than one now. Alright. So I'm pretty sure I'm not able to... I'm not sure I'm able to get my souls without committing myself to that fight. Oh, maybe I can at the edge here. Yeah. Now, the real question, do I want to be an idiot? Of course I want to be an idiot. I got a score to settle with these hombres. Sup? Run! Yeah. Take them one at a time. Save one for the end to get through the wood. That was a mistake. Oh no, I'm getting in that corner again. I'll take the damage as long as it means I don't go in the corner. That should have been an Estus. Okay, drink it. Get out of there! There we go. Oh god. I don't think I can make it, but... we'll see. Corner again. 3 was unnecessary, but you know what? I'll take it. That was dumb. We'll fight them at the hot gates where their numbers count for nothing. Foolish! Well, this is fortunate. That's not so fortunate. Got greedy. We didn't break all the walls yet, Johnny, but we're on our way. I kind of want to get a couple of the grand domes. Oh, God damn it. Okay, I can afford to get greedy on this guy. Ooh. All right. We're gonna dance, my friend. Oh, come on, don't go dumb on me now. There we go. I don't know about engrossing, Jess, but it's a gross fight. This is definitely not me at my, there's a guy behind there. Nope, maybe not. Your services are no longer required. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, that's actually really embarrassing that I could have done that. I actually could have done that myself all along. That's a real bonehead move on my part. Weakness, rear. Huh, what do you know? Learn something new every day. Be wary of jumping off. Hey, you want to see other players play this game, guys? Oh shit, there's gonna be something that attacks me here. Maybe not. Oh, I get it. This guy, so people walk by this guy, and he probably starts... I don't know, do I have like 4 guys, though? Anyways, guys, I'm sorry to do this to you. I know it's been a lot... The last little while has just been a lot of me babbling on, and doing some sort of not very challenging fights, but turning them into very challenging ones. I definitely need to get to bed. So I think I'm gonna go to the bonfire. Oh, come on. What a way to finish the stream. Invaded by dark spirit kindled, eh? Well, let's just find a nice place to die. Oh, actually, I might be able to make it. Oh, come on, do it, my friend, do it, my friend! I cannot use the bonfire. Oh, because I'm, invaded. I have no idea what the deal with that thing is. Oh, it's heal. Yeah. Okay, so this guy is definitely strong. Alright, I don't get what happened there, but fair enough. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that guy was definitely a lot stronger than what I can take on. But that was actually very decent of him to at least give me a shot. Ah, fair enough. Alright guys, as promised, I am not in a state for Dark Souls. That was a shield break, was a... Yeah, like, I've never been able... I've never actually been able to do... I used to... Like, I know how to kick in regular Dark Souls, but not Dark Souls 2. Anyways, like I said, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the invasion mechanic, but I think... Despite the fact the guy was very clearly... I was very clearly outmatched, I thought that was at least decent that I was given a fighting chance. So, guys, I know this is a shorter stream than usual, but... It is not normally the day that I cast. I wanted to do something for the... people who maybe didn't have something to do with Thanksgiving, so if you were one of them, I hope this gave you a little something to enjoy tonight. I will be back tomorrow, as I always am. The big question, though, is, and you can feel free to leave some feedback on the Twitter for this, I am debating between continuing Wolfenstein: The New Order, or I can also do, I can start Tyranny, which was given to me by Paradox. And I know you guys really liked Shadowrun. Tyranny was probably the best bet I could get in terms of continuing on the CRPG style. Or, of course, I could try more Dark Souls again, but I would kind of prefer to close off some of the threads that I have before picking up new games again. I will make sure, though, I put a little bit of Dark Souls, if not at least once a week, then if not once a week, then at least maybe once every 2 weeks or something like that. Oh, distinguished gentlemen, yeah, sorry. I'm probably about an hour past where I wanted to cast anyway. But anyways, guys, feedback is always appreciated. For those of you who are new here and want to follow or haven't followed or recently followed, usual casts are Monday, Wednesday, Friday with a cast of opportunity on the weekend. It's sort of an optional cast for me, but I take the option pretty much every week. Mondays we use for grand strategy games. We're currently doing Paradox's Stellaris. We just recently finished Hearts of Iron 4. And I don't have a dedicated Dark Souls day yet, but I will be doing some more of this. I'm feeling, with the exception of PvP, I'm sort of feeling like I'm back on top of things with the mechanics again. So this is a lot of fun. Let me just take a second and find somebody to host for us tonight. And a quick reminder, I've actually posted a couple more answers on the Ask FM account. So one of the things I am hoping to do with Ask FM is actually turn those into Q&A parts for the podcast, which is still forthcoming. It won't necessarily always be game related. It might also be some of the economic stuff that I do. But I will try and give a little bit more fuller treatment of that. The idea is to eventually have some component where I can actually read listener mail. But obviously, if you're just starting off on a podcast or something like that, you're not going to have any mail to respond to. So interactions like that are very helpful for me. And of course, Ask FM is a nice way to get maybe a little bit more of a thoughtful answer than what I can afford to do if I'm playing like Chaos Reborn or Dark Souls or something like that. So, well, you know, if you guys want to hear me be close to the mic again, I guess while I'm closing off tonight, I might be able to give you a little something like that. Anyways, guys, like I said, it is a lot of fun. As always, feel free to drop any feedback inside of Twitter, or you can also message me on Twitch. And you guys are in for a bit of a treat, because Kilgore Trout is currently casting on the GOGCOM channel. He's got 111 viewers because he is playing Shadow Warrior 2. Just a reminder, this stream is affiliated with GOGCOM or linked to or partnered with, or whatever the term is. So they do have a Black Friday sale on right now. It even helps me if you open a GOGCOM account, and I can let you know in December there's going to be something that comes up that you guys will probably really enjoy anyway. So it helps me if you sign up for a GOG account, even if you don't buy any games. And I will say that they do have a Black Friday sale going on right now. If you're interested, just click that link down below. I get a little bit for driving traffic to their site. You can take a look and see what's going on. I am eventually going to be posting a video in terms of why I decided to partner with them. But rather than just verbally tell you how great GOG is, how about I show you by sending you off to Kilgore Trout, and you can decide for yourself if it's worth looking at. So there it is, our raid message. We're tired of system talk, heard this place was better. I'd love it if you guys could come along and give Kilgore the audience he deserves. He's a really great guy, lives in the same province that I do. As for me, I'll see you all tomorrow, and feel free to let me know on Twitter what you'd like me to play. Have a good one, guys.